Can you believe it? With the holiday season right on top of us, we're almost at the finish line for 2022 and headed into a brand new year. So what's happening right here in our local housing market, and how are the holidays, interest rates, and the economy affecting things? Hi, I'm Greg Davis with Greg Davis Real Estate, powered by Vanguard Realty Alliance LLC, and it's time for another local market update. So is the real estate market imploding here in Chester County and Delaware County or not? And if not, will it happen, and if so, when? I know everyone's busy this time of year, so let's jump right into the data for the Westchester, Kennett, Downingtown, and Unionville-Chadds area school districts for the month of November. But just a reminder that I've excluded new construction from the numbers. For consistency, we're only looking at the numbers on existing housing stock because that's still the primary segment of our market right now. Let's start with closed sales. Last month we had 150 closed sales, which is down again from the last month and the lowest volume we've had since March. I think what we're seeing here is a combination of a typical seasonal slowdown combined with the current market conditions, and as you'll see on the next graph, it's also connected to the available inventory. Looking at inventory and the median number of days a home is on the market before going under contract on this graph, you'll see exactly what I mean. The red line shows that we dropped from 7 back down to 6 days that a home is on the market before going under contract. So evidence of solid buyer demand is still there. Interestingly enough, though, things have held steady at 5 to 7 days on market all year long. Switching over to the blue line, you can see that inventory increased slightly from last month, but again, not much has changed throughout the entire year. We still only have just over a month's worth of inventory, and these numbers indicate it's still a seller's market. When we look at the trend in median list price versus median sales price for the homes that sold in our market so far this year, this is where we see some fluctuation. While our median list price slipped to $499,900 and the median sale price dipped to $515,000 last month, it's a relatively flat change compared to what we were seeing from January through September. Now, of course, it really depends on what the Fed does with interest rates, but perhaps the volatility is tapering as buyers and sellers adjust to the new reality, but we'll have to wait and see. Moving on to the median list price versus the actual sales price, once again we're holding steady with homes being sold for 100% of list price this month. What this number doesn't account for, however, is the price drop it may have taken for the home to be priced right to sell for 100% of the adjusted list price. Where we have evidence of this is back in the graph of the median sales price numbers, showing a decline since the high we had back in June. In the end analysis, not a lot has significantly changed right here in the Westchester, Kennett, Downingtown, and Unionville-Chadds area school districts. Now, I certainly don't have a magic crystal snowball like Santa does, but of course, barring some unforeseen or unprecedented event, I honestly don't expect the rug to be completely pulled out from beneath us, but rather some sensible tempering. What concerns me right now is the lack of inventory, and this has been an issue that's plagued us all year long. Even though I'm seeing steady inventory numbers which are tied to the closed sale numbers, I'm more troubled by the steadily declining numbers for closed sales. While the inventory numbers for last month matched those from June, we had less than half the number of closed sales than we had in June. So this means that buyers are finding it an even bigger challenge to find a suitable home at certain price points. And if it's a good quality home, it still won't be on the market for too long. Real estate is hyper-local, seasonal, and cyclical. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens after the holidays, and also what happens when we enter the spring market. For my sellers out there, there's no doubt you're feeling some uncertainty and wondering if selling right now is a good decision. And you know what? That's okay, and it's perfectly normal. As you've seen from these numbers, the reality is that right now is actually an excellent time to sell because there's not much competition in the marketplace and the buyers are still searching harder than ever. As I've said before, the key right now is just to price it correctly from the start. Also, you need to make sure that you hire an agent that has proven experience with digital marketing to make sure that your home is exposed to the masses. This is the only way to ensure that you're going to get the most offers, and more offers lead to getting you the best price and the best terms for your home. Also, don't freak out and immediately drop the price if you're not under contract in the first week. You need to make sure now more than ever that your home gets sufficient marketing exposure, and that's going to take more than a few days. But don't worry, good quality homes are still selling pretty quickly, assuming they're priced right, and it's still possible to get multiple offers. For my buyers out there, I'm not going to lie. Because of the low inventory, the challenge right now is finding a home that fits, but they're out there. It just might take a little bit more time, so you've just got to be patient. The good news here is that there's less competition right now. Sellers are actually becoming more open to negotiation, which means we can negotiate a better offer for you as a buyer. The key here is to hire an experienced agent with great negotiating skills to help get you the best deal on your new home. The thought of buying or selling a home right now might seem overwhelming, and you know what? I want you to know that that's totally normal, and I've got to tell you that most people feel that way in every market, no matter what it is. Buying or selling is a big deal, so it's important you have someone you can trust that has the experience to properly guide you. I'm proud to say that my family's been in real estate for over 90 years, so it's actually in my blood. And it's truly my pleasure and my absolute passion to help you with this process. If you're considering buying or selling, let's talk. I have tons of free resources, including online courses that you can go through at your own pace to give you the knowledge you need to be comfortable with the buying or selling process, and I'm happy to share these with you. It's my goal to make sure that the entire process is effortless and an amazingly great experience for you, so call, text, or email me and let's chat. I'm Greg Davis, your personal compass, guiding you to that special place you'll want to call home, and I look forward to guiding you through your buying and selling journey. I love where I live and I want you to love it too.